Good day. Today we're going to talk about the subject for general academic strand and accountancy, business, and management, which is the organization and management. So, the first unit of the subject is all about nature and concept of management. Our first lesson is about management in its functions. So, to have a quick introduction, every time that we visit establishments such as malls and restaurants, we always see a manager who supervises the employees inside that establishments. We see them on the floor doing checks and making sure everything is in place. And they are the ones we look for when we have suggestions or even complaints. At any moment, when a customer asks, "Where is the managers?" or demand to talk to one, managers always make it a point to address his or her concern. However, is this really what managers do? So, manager needs to ensure the multifaceted welfare of the unit assigned to them. They are the link between the company and its customers. We can also presume that they are the face of the company, given that they know each aspect of the unit or office entrusted to them. They also have the responsibility to motivate and raise the morale of their subordinates. So, in this lesson, we will explore who a manager really is and give a definition of the word management. In connection to this, we're going to discuss also the functions of management, such as planning, organizing, staffing, leading, and controlling. In defining management, management can define in many ways. Different management authors and practitioners define management as science, a discipline, an art, or an occupation, whereas some regard management or being a manager as a vocation. Management is getting work done through others. It is a discipline of having all the members of the business realize the company goals and objectives. It is in good management that you allow yourself to get the work done through your subordinates. It is the skills of carefully playing the pieces right, being meticulous on how to do the steps correctly toward realizing the goal. For those who are employed to do the management work are called managers. They serve as the bridge of the company to the employees, decide on crucial matters, and motivate employees and serve as the role model to them. Manager as bridge between the company and the employees. Imagine a large business that are successful enough to open different branches or offer a completely new product line. This means that they have the capability to employ a larger groups of people, answering the need for a lot more hands to work in their product or service. Given this scenario, it would be impossible that the head or chief executive directly relays and receive employees' queries and directives alike. This is where managers comes in. Manager connect the employees to people on a large scales. They are the one who bring up the concerns of every individual or subordinate under their department or team. In turn, they are the ones who relay the directives and pointers of chief executive and top management official to their subordinates. Manager as decision makers. Managers are critical not only because they are the bridge of the management to its subordinates, but more importantly, they see the company from the top level perspective and the perspective of every employee. Therefore, they handle the crucial decision making process in a company. Questions and decisions such as, should this number be reported? Or did we hit this month's target? And is this unit performing well? Should be directly answered by the managers. They should know how to answer such questions and make such decisions because it is their responsibility to understand and connect the company and its employees to achieve the company's goals and objectives. Manager as motivator and also role models. Managers are assigned to teams and departments with particular roles and objectives to achieve company's goal. There are motivators because it is the one of the duties to ensure that subordinates maintain enthusiasm in their work and are performing well. Good way to motivate employees is for managers to model the desired behavior to their subordinates. It is also a critical job for a manager to ensure that they reflect on a positive attitude and image to boost the morale of the team. In smaller business, however, it is responsibility of the owner or the possibility of the owner or the head of the business is also the manager. This may be depending on the company size or the number of the employees. Let's talk about effectiveness and efficiency. All the mentioned tasks or skills of a manager are an introduction to what is really stored to them. Two of the most important characteristics of all managers across the firm or company should possess are effectiveness and efficiency. So, what is effectiveness? So, effectiveness is executing and accomplishing the right thing. Simply, it is doing the right thing, it is staying aligned with tasks assigned to you and accomplishing them with high standards. Suppose that you are assigned as a manager for a marketing department. It is your responsibility to ensure that all the process inside your department are related to the needs of the department assigned to you. It is also responsibility to ensure that you are not stepping outside the task that you are assigned to do. For example, you just do the marketing task. Dealing with the task or other departments may be ineffective, especially if you goes out the boundary of your department. So when we talk about efficiency, efficiency is ensuring that the maximum output is produced given the minimum amount of input. Simply, it is doing things right. It is ensure not only lower the cost to accomplish the task but also guaranteeing that all assets entrusted to you are used and utilized to their fullest potential. Suppose again that you are still the manager of the marketing department. Efficiency suggests not to be cheap by purchasing lower cost item that may uh, depreciate faster but ensuring that all asset is entrusted to you to your care will be used for to their fullest potentials. For example, you need to buy printers for the company. It may be efficient to settle for a low entry level printer that cost less but still perform the same job decently. However, you should also consider buying high-end printers that may cost more initially but it would last longer in terms of their usage. So, what are the functions of management? As we go through the process of deeply understanding what manager really is, it is important to understand that the manager have different tasks to fulfill. A manager functions are vast. Therefore, they are grouped into five categories. The first one is planning, second one is organizing, third one is staffing, next is leading or directing, and the last one is controlling. When we talk about planning as functions of a manager, all management process always start with planning. From the management perspective to the manager's functions of planning is where certain decision making processes are made and all tasks are set to be accomplished, laid down and discussed. During planning, manager look at different possible scenarios and plan on them as necessary. Although planning is looking forward to positive result, one special type of plan is known as the contingency plan. It is laid out. At this space, they are not only set target, goals, and objective, but they also set scope, limitation, and extend extend as to how far the company wants to achieve. Planning is usually done at the start of any task or venture. Nevertheless, it is continuous a process. It ends, but it does not stop. When one plan is realized, another plan is prepared. So, organizing. After planning, organizing follows. In these steps, the manager determines how the identified targets will be achieved. From the management's perspective, the organizing function targets how the organization is formed. Manager organize their own units or departments. They also formulated policies, identify and assign tasks, and allocate resources, also coordinate work activities. Organizing also highlights the formation of the company chains of command or organizational structure. The organizational structure highlights the reporting cycle of the company. It addresses and clarifies questions of management hierarchy such as who reports to who is above me with regards to the position, and who is below with me regard to the position. It also involves the designing of the organizational structures and the selecting of different rules and regulation based on the planning done beforehand. The next function is the staffing. Sometimes identified as the function under organizing. Staffing is concerned with the selection, hiring, and training processes. It is a result of careful consideration in the planning phase on the size of the company requirements of the company. After posting hiring advertisement, prospective employers or applicant undergo the selection, hiring, and training process. The first one is the selection process. Selection process is the set of examinations, interviews, or other selection techniques of the company that narrow down the selection list of the candidates, depending on the vacancies that needs to be filled and organizational structures, followed by the hiring process. When we talk about hiring process, it comes right after the selection process where successful applicants are offered jobs into the form of contracts or similar documents. This list the offered this list offered salaries and company's benefits. It is also where the applicant is given the opportunity to accept, reject, negotiate the offers. Training and development. This process of enhancing the competencies of employees to continuously learn and progress on the company's ladder. Remember that a favorable firm ensures that each employees under it should be provided with growth opportunities and conducive work environment. Staffing does not end at hiring at the right employees and providing training to enhance their skills. As employers or managers, you are always responsible for ensuring that employees are motivated. It may be in the form of incentives or simple praise. The next one is leading. Leading is the most obvious and eminent managerial functions. This is the function of manager that observable even beyond the company or subordinate entrusted to their care. This is where the manager leads the unit not only by giving direction and setting rules and standards but also by example. Leadership styles varied from one person to another. One may be very strict but still caring, or a little lenient but still authoritative. Hence, when providing leadership, motivation is key. In line with this, the leading functions of management also challenges managers to motivate employees. This may be a form of incentive, praise, recognition, or similar practice that may lead to a positive work outlook. The last one is controlling. Controlling does not necessarily means the manager should control the action of their subordinates. It is also being the mediator when problem arise. Managers should be able to answer different contingency matters as they control the unit or department toward fulfilling its goal and objectives. Moreover, controlling also challenges manager to collect to their subordinates to a level in which they can predict certain outcomes such as response when they given tasks or responsibilities and the like. Say for example, you have ever been to a restaurant and had some problems while you are still dining. Was there something wrong with your food and how it serves to you? It is actually the controlling function that what is executed when the manager responded to you. The controlling function deals with how manager controls the firm for it to serve orders and to do well with its process. In nutshells, being a manager challenges an individual to inspire and influence his or her subordinate to become more goal directed. Through this, organizational goal will be achieved. So let's wrap up this discussion. So when we talk about management, management is getting work done through others. Management requires skillful and competent manager who bridge the head to the body, became the primary decision makers, and act as the role model and motivators. Manager requires a wide array of skills, but the two most common are effectiveness and efficiency. Effectiveness is doing the right thing, and efficiency is doing the things right. Manager have five main functions, namely planning, organizing, staffing, leading, and controlling.